I'm Florence Ion, consumer tech reporter for Gizmodo, and I'm here in my lab with, what else, the first iPhone I've held in 10 years, the iPhone SE. It's a small and tiny device that's perfect for anyone who isn't into what Android is offering. But again, that's only if you can stand the idea of using this very small little phone. The iPhone SE, also known as the iPhone SE 5G, was announced alongside the new Mac Studio and Studio Display as part of the Apple Peak Performance event. It starts at $430, which is a pretty great deal for a smartphone that's packed with everything the iPhone 13 can do. Well, almost everything. You'd be forgiven if you're doing a double take looking at the iPhone SE. It really hasn't changed from its predecessor, except for a few notable new spec bumps on the inside. Perhaps the most exciting part of the new iPhone SE is the fact that it runs iPhone 13's chip, the A15 Bionic. In our benchmark tests, this chip has repeatedly outperformed the latest batch of Android devices, even the latest Samsung phones. Getting that kind of power in a device that's under $500 is pretty cool. The iPhone SE has other great parts of the iPhone 13 too, including everything that iOS 15.4 can do, as it comes with the new software right out of the box. Just don't expect to use Face ID. The iPhone SE only has Touch ID, so it's fingerprints or bust. Of course, there are some caveats with the iPhone SE. For one, it's a 4.7-inch LCD display. That's far from the best that Apple provides. And it's really kind of small. Reading articles on Safari with its built-in reading mode felt impossible on the days that my eyes were tired, and I really would have preferred more runway for tossing Pokeballs in Pokemon Go. Also, that rear camera isn't going to cover every single photo situation. There's only one 12-megapixel lens, and while it can capture your moments, it's not going to be the highest resolution shot you can get. The lack of a dedicated night mode might also be a deal breaker, especially when you consider what Google's Pixel 5a can manage at almost the same price. So should you even consider the Apple iPhone SE if there's a similar Android phone in the wings waiting for you to buy it? It depends on your ecosystem. If you want nothing to do with Google's mobile operating system, the iPhone SE is the most affordable way to avoid it. And it makes sense. If your friends and family are in this ecosystem and you rely on iMessage and your Apple account to stay synced, you shouldn't have to switch. The only bummer is that $430 price tag only nets you 64 gigs of storage space. It's an extra $50 if you want to get 128, and an extra $150 if you want 256 gigs. At that point, you might consider just getting the iPhone 13 mini, which will jump you over $200 more, but at least it will get you a phone that has a pretty capable camera. But if you can deal with the smaller screen, there are benefits to the iPhone SE. It's actually pocketable, it's relatively low effort, not to mention, this is enough phone to keep you connected without sucking you in.